I'm dead, dead, dead.
Where does Sips begin with this adventure? We find ourselves at an extraordinary location, Bremer County Historical Society Museum in Waverly, Iowa. There is so much history here and stories to tell. A paranormal team came in to investigate this place 10 years ago. We couldn't find any evidence on what they found. We are reopening this case with a clean slate. We have full access to the building. No preconceived thoughts or ideas. Dane, the lead, only knew bits and pieces of the history, but the others were coming into this case cold. Especially the medium, Melanie. Let's begin the walkthrough to see what she picks up.
Just to wander around yourself, or do you
I
want me
just
to
know where
guide?
to start.
Okay.
Why don't you guide?
Yes. We'll start with the second floor. We'll just walk up there.
As we fast forward through this, just remember this place is huge. You would be here all day just watching this segment alone. We're currently in the attic. Stephanie then hears this.
Definitely dustier up here.
Did you just cough again after that?
You're up here.
Okay.
Did you hear it?
I heard your cough, but I thought I heard a smaller cough after you. Maybe that was someone talking downstairs, though.
I do hear Dane.
Okay,
right now.
okay.
I don't know if
that's exactly what you want to see.
We tried to debunk this phantom cough that Stephanie heard, but when we went through the evidence again, we did capture this faint little cough.
You're up here.
As we head downstairs to the third floor, Stephanie gets an unexpected startle.
Did not see you there, Eric.
Oh!
I cursed, just so you know.
It's Dane's fault.
Picking up anything?
Was it the 40s kitchen? The bed in there was giving off labor and delivery vibes.
Okay.
The attic, the fourth floor, there wasn't anything there, but I felt like things were hanging down.
Okay.
I don't know if it was candles on wicks that were drying. I don't know if it was spider webs. I don't know if it was strings. I have no idea.
We got more on the next
Yeah,
floor
the
down.
next one down.
What about, have you been around here?
So
I wouldn't be in there.
Yeah, I went to the lawyer's room and I said it felt heavy.
Okay.
And then for some reason,
I smelled cigar smoke.
Okay.
I'm drawn to this bourbon sweet.
Same here. That's funny. So I literally, so when I sat here, by the way, I was just sitting here, and I was like, my eyes were like,
Yeah, I was just drawn to it.
Did you?
At first, for some reason, I thought he was that one too, but it wasn't. But
No.
they look alike, and so. No.
Anything else? This is,
So she
I about
smelled.
flung that camera backwards.
She smelled smoke. And then I just said there just felt like heaviness there, like almost like a pressure down, like. But that was it.
when I was sitting here alone, I was hearing shuffling, like feet shuffling.
Oh, really?
Sure it wasn't us upstairs?
Positive, because you guys weren't even here. Like,
Oh, okay.
it was like way before the event, like you started. It was like 5:30.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
There's one room she and I both smelled a different smell in
Yeah.
Okay.
downstairs.
The instruments and everything, that whole room smelled different.
I will say this, for someone who never gets sensitive, I got exactly what you had
Really?
when I first came
Really?
into this room. Major sinus pressure.
Yeah.
Mm.
And at first, I felt like there was it could be a sort of phenomenological change, you know, because me, architect brain, there's no pressure change that can happen.
Part of the building?
And when I stepped out here,
You felt fine.
I felt fine.
Yeah.
And when I go into this room, I still feel pressure, and I don't know where it comes. Like, I can feel it come on right here. I don't know what causes it. I think Eric did some air quality readings in here, and everything appears fine. So
Okay.
this is a particular room to me.
That one right there. The one that almost looks like Steven Seagal looking good. Right there, the mustache guy.
This guy?
Yep.
J. Kendall Buster Lines.
Maybe it's just the eyes, but
Yeah.
oh. But no, other than Burton and the heaviness, that's all I felt.
Whatever, and then, Kimberly, without saying too much, whatever happened in this room, it's not documented in this museum unless you know the story.
Interesting. Okay.
People know about it, but it's not like, hey, this happened down.
Suicide?
I don't know.
Smoke is interesting because it was in the office. Oh, weird.
As we head downstairs to the main floor, keep in mind what everyone picked up on. Dane only knew the bits and pieces of the history, like J.F. Stevens was murdered on the 3rd floor, but he didn't know how he was murdered.
It's locked.
What?
It's locked.
Basement.
Okay. Oh, it's locked?
What's locked?
The basement?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Okay.
That we keep locked.
Okay.
Now, I have to give you the warning.
Okay.
The steps are steep,
Okay.
and they're slanted,
Okay.
and they're dangerous.
Fantastic.
Get it on camera, Aaron. No liability to them.
Yep.
That's right. That's why we did it.
Yeah.
All it's my own clumsy fault.
That's great.
Yeah. And they're telling me, well, we don't want to go in the basement. Well, yes, we do.
And we're the first team that has access to the basement already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nobody's been down there before. So,
It's been
I'll
10
leave it
years,
on
right?
10
Or-
years. It was 10 years in April
Wow.
since we had.
Okay.
Was the 4th floor unlocked? I think I left it
Hey, Aaron.
This is newer.
Yeah.
40s, I believe.
Okay.
So this is original basement right here.
What's this? Well, cistern?
Huh?
What's this?
It looks like an old cistern. I just heard something cough to my left.
Told you I've been hearing coughs.
Something just coughed right there.
Really?
Yeah, and we thought it was you talking.
Whatever it was when I walked by, it was just very subtle, very quiet. Weird smell. See, I'm feeling like kind of a sickness to my stomach. Are you?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's here or maybe
Directly above.
directly above.
All right, I think that concludes our walk through.
Okay.
That used to be a doorway.
Looks like it.
Would it be okay if I can say to the person, can you say yes or no to what she's experienced? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. And then you can say what rooms.
Okay.
I know some things too, but I don't know.
Yeah. Do you want Eric and I to start setting up stuff?
No, we want that on camera too.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
Because if
That
we
would
have
be pretty
more
obvious.
affirmations, you know.
Yeah.
Over there that he kicked is more obvious than that. Oh, watch your head.
So Melanie would like, and Stephanie would like to tell you what so far we've experienced. And can you just say yes or no? Just come back here.
I smelled cigars in the lawyer's room.
Okay. Nobody's been smoking up there.
Okay.
Also in the lawyer's room, when I went in, I felt like a really pressure like on my head.
And then you mentioned that too.
And Aaron mentioned
Aaron
it
also
Yeah.
felt it.
afterwards as well.
Cool.
And then for some reason, when you first go up to these stairs, I am drawn to the picture of that lady sitting on the
in the schoolroom area.
Mm-hmm.
Right by the cursive, right?
Mrs. Wright, I think, was the name on the sign.
And then there's a bedroom, I believe it's right above this room, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, the bed, like,
Yes.
I felt like people have like either heard it squeak or like have seen sitting or whatever the case may be.
It's that old wooden bed with
Mhm.
a patchwork quilt on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to give you any feedback from what we heard before?
Not
10 years ago?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
In the basement,
Uh-huh.
when you go downstairs and go to the left,
That's the original part.
okay, in the original part, there's like a doorway that maybe got bricked up.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
No, we don't know anything
Okay.
about what this building was originally or the floor
Okay.
plans or the layouts.
All right, because I heard a cough as I walked by it.
Oh, really?
hmm Just a
Cool.
very, very subtle cough. It was almost like a child, maybe.
Cool.
And when we were in,
Yep.
in the music room upstairs,
Heard a
no, we were in the attic.
Attic, yes.
We were in the
heard
attic
cough.
upstairs. I coughed, and then she thought she heard a cough again, and she goes,
Like
"How
a
many times did
quieter
you cough?"
one.
Okay.
And I said, "Just once," and she
Okay.
said, "I heard two coughs, and they
Okay.
were distinctively different."
Well,
So,
that's good. That's good.
yeah.
Because we've never had anybody in the basement before, but I firmly believe that we have more than one person here. And everybody focuses on the lawyer's room because that's where the murder took place.
Interesting.
And that's
Okay.
where J.F. Stevens would be. But I think, it's an old building.
That would
It's
explain that heavy
161 years
feeling.
old.
Yeah.
That would explain that heavy feeling.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you picked up on suicide.
I did pick up on suicide.
Yeah.
You what?
I picked up on suicide though. It wasn't a suicide, it was a murder.
Well. You want to hear the story?
I can leave the room.
Yeah, she's the meanie. I was
Yeah.
just, this is just what I felt.
I'll leave the room. She stayed here. It was 2:30 in the morning. Get off the train. They walked over here to the hotel. The train was down
Okay.
by the river at that time. And J.F. Stevens told her that, they would protect her and all that. Well, they checked in. He checked everybody in, he and his friend. And he checked them all in, but he checked him and her in as husband and wife under an assumed name. They gave him 2 rooms. The lawyer's room used to be 2 rooms.
Okay.
So they were in those 2 rooms. And about 4:30 in the morning, here comes Mr. Stevens knocking on the door. He was locked out of his room. He just wanted to talk. And well, she was tired. She'd taken her corset off and she was tired. She wanted to sleep, but he talked her into letting him in the room. And they were talking and she fell asleep. Well, and then it was a couple hours later, about 4:30, that she woke up and he was on top of her. And she just happened to have a revolver in her pocket and she's waving it around and she shot him in the head. The doctor came and pronounced him dead. The coroner's report, because she was arrested, she's running down saying, I shot him, this kind of stuff. But nobody heard any arguments, nobody heard anything until they heard the shot, and then she's saying she shot him. The coroner's report said he was shot in his sleep. But this was in June of 1883. The following April, she went on trial. She got out on bail, went on trial, brought in high-powered Chicago attorneys, and she was acquitted based on self-defense. And she left and went back to Illinois, remarried, had 11 kids, and J.F. Stevens is still here.
There was also, they mentioned suicide. I thought of the man that rented the apartment. I don't remember what year that was. That fell
Oh,
out the window.
the guy who fell out the window?
Was he pushed, or he just accidentally
Yeah.
fell, or
There was, they rented out office space. That was by then the Caffeine and Chemical Company owned the building. They bought it in 1905. And they rented out space. It was a double room by then. He fell out the window and broke 6 ribs, but he survived. And he said, well, he lost his balance. He was standing on a chair doing something with the curtain, and he lost his balance and fell. But, it's like, did he really lose his balance, or was he helped?
We put up our upgraded cameras that record audio and video in potential hotspots based on our walkthrough earlier that night. We have Eric and Aaron in the basement, and on the right we have Kimberly, Ava, Stephanie, and Melanie in the music room. Dane is currently looking at the security cameras. We won't bore you all, but nothing much occurred in these rooms. Let's move on to the next room. Eric and I decided to head over to the Albrecht room. This room has many assorted items, including President Taft's chair. We quickly found out that this was a room to be in. Okay. Hello? This is anybody here? This is Eric.
Did you make it cold in here?
Ooh, did you see that?
Yeah. Make it cold in here?
Is there AC on? I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you put what do you call it, walkie-talkie?
No, I didn't.
Do you have a walkie-talkie on you?
Nope, I don't. You want me to go grab one?
Yeah, we should, because we
Okay.
said, and tell Stephanie that just 5 seconds ago it got cold in here in the
Good.
bear.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, did you tell her that it got cold in here?
Oh, yeah.
Just a walkie-talkie.
Oh. Yeah, do it.
The bear just said it got.
Hey, Melanie, it got cold in here. Did you see anything?
What's Stephanie?
Where are we at?
Stephanie.
Stephanie, sorry.
Okay. Ooh, what was it, clink? Did you hear that clink?
I did hear that.
Message that. We heard it clank. You think it could have been the pipes?
We heard a clang, like something hit pipes. Did you see anything over there? See, we could be setting that up.
Okay.
Yeah, that was weird.
Was that clink?
Yeah. What? Oh, the heater just turned on? I heard the heater.
I heard the heater, but it was like a pipe clink.
Yeah, it was like pipes. It sounded more like pipes. We could hear the heater too. We would have heard it on the
Yeah, we were.
too.
Yeah. Is that you?
Yeah. Sit back there. These are trophies?
You want to say something to us? Speak as loud as you want.
It's the walkie-talkie.
No. Are they messing with it? Because
They're talking.
You're bad on cameras right now.
what? What was saying? Repeat.
Repeat. You gotta set that up.
Okay, let's go. This unknown EVP, what is it saying? It sounds like Cosgrove. Could this be a name? We will come back to this room later, but let's get back to base camp to figure out what this bad issue is. Nice. How did that get?
Just to protect. That's,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Did it come in?
we were seeing it fly around on the cameras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Let's go find him.
what a
We may not
memorable.
find ghosts, you guys, but we're gonna find bats. Flew right at me.
Okay, Stephanie, tell me how you feel.
Give me a spirit any day, but never.
Right?
No.
Right?
Once we got our furry little friend on his merry way, we saw something very interesting on the cameras.
Wait, was that? Go back. Go back to before. Did that actually cross the screen? Because I saw this. Focus on this area right
And it
here.
disappears.
Yeah.
So you wanted me to zoom?
No, don't
Nope, just
don't
leave.
zoom.
Okay.
Just watch. See, it
Yeah.
Yeah.
it goes through it.
So I saw it over here. That means it's not behind the door, it's in front of the door.
Which would back up what you said when you said you were seeing shadows in there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the SB7 out, and this is where the fun begins.
Alright.
We have decided to go to the Albrecht wing, where earlier in our investigation, many investigators saw some unexplainable shadows that we weren't able to capture on camera. Melanie will be going under. As we begin our session, I want to state that anyone that has the headphones on is unable to hear us when we are asking the questions.
How old are you?
Middle.
Is there something you're trying to tell us?
Back.
Where in the back? Are you the one touching people?
Ed. Is that your name? Don't.
And dumped what?
One day.
How old are you?
Where'd you go? Who are you looking for? Chuck.
What's Chuck's last name?
Moments. Buried.
Can you tell us what your last name is?
Zip it.
Who are you asking to zip? What's your name?
Open it up.
What do you want opened? Why do you want my mind opened?
Any of you.
Can you name one of our names? Is there someone you want to talk to?
Let's pause this for a second. This "yeah" response was not any of our investigators. This moment in time, no one heard this clear EVP. Now let's resume.
It's Dad.
Who's Dad? Whose dad is here?
Evan. Black. The children
What children?
you opened.
Upstairs?
What are you thinking, man?
Yeah.
Like blowing out sound like bleh, around the parlor, and she's
Cancel.
also hearing a bouncing ball, like second floor.
How old are you?
Are you headed up there?
Yeah, I'll head up there.
You used it.
You used what?
Pharmacy. I'm down.
What pharmacy?
I have details.
About what?
The list.
Can you tell us the details?
What was your job? You brought it up.
What did you do for your job?
Work.
What did you work on? Did you work here?
I did not.
You did not what?
Velvet. I love you.
What's your name now?
Penalty.
Penalty for what? You did it. Who did?
We may
You.
never
What
know
did I
what
do?
penalty they were talking about or who we were talking to. However, this investigation in this particular area, we felt like we were talking to several entities. As we head over to the log cabin room, you will see there's a partial log cabin over a century old, moved and reconstructed in 1969 for preservation, standing as a unique exhibit at the museum.
Room.
Which room?
At least that caught that, so...
Somewhere.
Where at?
So,
Disability.
Is there someone here?
Information.
We would love some information.
Could you guys step out of the way of the camera?
That's me.
Thank you.
Man.
Yes, there was just a man here.
What's about
Controversy.
Okay, that's not... Nobody's moving, right?
Nobody's moving. What controversy?
I can't believe how I said I wanted to go into this room, you know, and then we were getting all this. I asked Kimberly what item in this room would be significant, meaning what would be relevant to this case.
Probably the saddle.
Okay.
The Barber boys during the same time Emma's murder happened, they were lynched and they killed one guy and shot 5, and one of the saddles is here in this room.
And we have a branch they were hung from.
The branch I have a light on? You tell me anything about it?
Speak slower and loudly into this device.
Yeah, I think so too.
Take her.